agava mu Palamenti y'eggwanga Uganda, Sipiika Amongi Nalongo ebigambo byamusobyeko dda Palamenti tekyawera anti kati asobeddwa kane mu kibira atandise okwegayirira Mathias Mpuuga nsamba n'abaka ba National Platform ko n'abaludde oluvuganya bonna bakomewo mu Palamenti bambi tekyawera atandise okuswala ebigambo bimuweddeko kati ate nno ataatekamu n'akajanja yeegayirira abayita ate bw'alagira mbwatiisatiisa mukimanye ebula ennaku entuula ziweza omukaaga nga temulikomawo mu Palamenti ngenda kubagoba singa ziwera 15 nga temukomyewo mugenda kugoba mu Palamenti tuddeyo okulonda byaliko nno byatiisatiisa tamanyi nti okufuluma Palamenti eno kwali kuyita mu mateeka kati yaze n'okutiisatiisa kwa Museveni bulijjo byakola okutiisatiisa looza bigenda kuyigula Mathias Mpuuga n'abaka ba opposition ettama mbunno bakoma mu Palamenti n'alabika aswadde kuba bakyali solidi kati nno bapanze abantu baawaawo mu Palamenti buli ayimuko okwogera avumirira Mathias Mpuuga ne Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine mbokati ababaka ba Palamenti tebakyagendera ku nsonga z'abalonza ez'abalonzi baabwe kati bakama baabwe mbwabula kati bakama baabwe ye Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine ne Mathias Mpuuga weebali nno boogera ebigambo boogera ebisongovu eri President Kyagulanyi mbawaganyaza Palamenti agifudde activism Palamenti mbu tekyalina lugendo gyeraga ebirimu gyonna gitudde lwa muntu omu Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert Bobi Wine mbokati nno kisaana abaka bano bagobwe abalonzi baddemu balonde abantu abanatimirira ku nsonga zaabwe bano obuwumbatuutu bwabwe tebakimanyi nti n'ensonga zimaliddeko z'abalonzi abantu abawambibwa be balonzi abaabalonda era be baana be bazadde be baganda baaba abawambe be baana baaba abawambe bakyala baaba abawambe be balonda Mathias Mpuuga n'abaka ba Palamenti abali mu kubanja abantu abo Bannayuganda bangi badde bawambibwa bulijjo ebbanga ddene basibibwa watali musango beddoboozi lye bakiikirira kati bano obuwumbatuutu bwabwe balowooza bagenda kutiisatiisa aboludde oluvuganya mbunno bakomewo mu Palamenti Museveni ayisewo ebintu bye kuba Palamenti ekyawera internationally ekifaananyi kya Palamenti ya Uganda kifudde nti aba opposition tebaliimu kati Museveni akazito kamweyongedde eno banka y'ensi yonna temuwa nsimbi eno emisango mu kooti y'ensi yonna ICC Kyagulanyi gye yateekayo eno America esazizzamu kolagana ate no Palamenti tekyawera opposition yafuluma olw'okutyobola eddembe ly'obuntu ate nga z'ensonga zezimu n'Amerika zeesinziddeko ne kooti y'ensi yonna be baliko kati Museveni gamumyuse asazeewo ayite Anita Amongi okutiisatiisa nsaba nkuwe embeera nga bw'eri mu Palamenti olaba Anita Amongi yenna amaaso gamumyuse gamutwakadde asobeddwa eka ne mu kibira Nalongo waffe ani atawaanya Nalongo.
Members, I welcome you to this session on a Thursday. And as we promised, we'll always have a Thursday for Members' Day. We don't have so much, but we'll reserve more time for members. Just to make a kind reminder. Kind reminder is that today is the 6th sitting. Polite reminder to whoever. Thank you.
Amongi yoswala ani gwali oko yompala.
You're standing on what? On the reminder. Yes.
Madam Speaker, once again on the people of Busia municipality, we are so proud of you having a title of Nalongo. Madam Speaker, on your communication, politics in Africa has changed from multi-party democracy to activism. And this is a very big problem that we are witnessing in Uganda and other African countries. It beats my understanding that leaders, instead of using the power given to them by their people, they use the power given by somebody called the principal because he's heading a political party. There's collective responsibility, fine. But I see this, Madam Speaker, for our brothers and sisters, some of them to me sitting for the 6th day, as denying their voters' rights and effective representation. And therefore, I agree with you that this being the 6th sitting, it sounds a very noise bell to our colleagues, and it will be a big lesson to other leaders to come in, who are to come in this country, that when you are elected as a person, you must respect the authority that the people have given to you. It makes me have a second mind of believing in individual merit as a person, because where it has reached, people have stopped listening to the people who voted them, and they are listening to individuals, which is now questioning who is the boss of who. Because I believe the people of Busia municipality are my bosses because they brought me to the August house to talk for them, although I pay allegiance to my party. But where it has reached, Madam Speaker and my colleagues, we should let our colleagues know politics of activism cannot work in African setting, and it will not make us enjoy multi-party democracy, which we ushered in ourselves through our constitution. Therefore, Madam Speaker, you are spot on. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me first have the elder, then I come to you.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, thank you very much. Honorable members, of late, this parliament as an institution has been in the media. And what is there is now becoming an issue of public concern as to why it cannot be resolved. Honorable members, the cause of action, why our comrades are out of parliament, did not originate from this house. Neither did it originate from the decision of the presiding officer. Some of these actions originate as far back as 2020. 2020, none of us was in this house. And there is sufficient laws in this country where someone is aggrieved and he reports it to either police or he goes to court. And in case he's aggrieved by the decisions of this house, he can follow it within the rules. So in that respect, can we appeal to our colleagues in the event that the cause of action was not by this house to take appropriate measures by reporting the matters where they are supposed to report them? In case they think they cannot be listened to there, and there are members of parliament who can be listened to here, they should formally put it to the presiding officer. The presiding officer will use Article 90 of the Constitution and process this business through the Committee of Parliament, because this parliament takes decisions on the issues that are processed through the committee. This parliament cannot originate business and take decisions without being processed, because some of these people who are supposed to appear there cannot come in the chamber. So I would appeal through some members who can access them, let them formally put their case be put into the appropriate processes of channel through Article 90, and in case they don't trust all these committees of parliament, under our rule 190, the speaker has power to put a select committee, and this select committee is selected when both sides agree. Both on the government side will propose names, and the other side they propose names, so that these matters can be resolved. Because of some of these subject matter is not a member of parliament. So I would appeal to you, Madam Speaker, that we take that direction and we get out of the media, because neither you nor members of parliament were a cause of action. I thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Honorable members, that has already been said. The cause of action was not by this house. The decision was not by the speaker. We inherited problems way back from Mukura. The people were burnt in Mukura, Arobo is also going to start on that. So we inherited this, so we should not be held. I should not be held liable. Because it happened when I was not there, it did not happen in this house. And it is only this house that we can be able to resolve such issues when we are all here. We will all stand for the good of the people outside there. But if we choose to address some of these issues in the boardrooms, then the public will judge us. And I'm leaving it to the public to judge, because you never know. And as the Honorable said, if it is something really that we should handle, then we can even go for a select committee and have a report presented to this house. If government is failing to respond, and to the best of my knowledge, government has not failed to respond. But government cannot respond to people who are not there. The ones who ask for the report are not in the house. Let them come back to the house and we give the report. And government, can I hear from you?
Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, for all intent and purposes, government had indicated on this floor that not once, not twice, we had meetings chaired by the Right Honorable Speaker, chaired by the Right Honorable Deputy Speaker many times on the same subject matter. The same subject matter on human rights was debated through ministerial statements on the floor of Parliament. The other day when the Deputy Speaker was chairing, he enumerated the times. The same subject matter on human rights were investigated, including a parliamentary committee in charge of human rights, investigated the same. The Uganda Human Rights Commission investigated the same. Some of the suspects have been charged in courts of law. We have indicated here. Right Honorable Speaker, to the best of the understanding of government, we have done our part. We are respecting the decree by the presiding officer then to say government was given 30 days. But to the best of our recollection, we have explained, honorable members, this is the same list that was submitted to Human Rights Commission, same list submitted to a parliamentary committee that reported on the floor, same list investigated by the different agencies of government. For how long will this parliament continue with this legislative activism? For how long? For how long? For how long? Right Honorable Speaker, as a government, we committed here. I remember the Honorable General David Muhoozi stated in very clear terms that because the presiding officer gave us 30 days.
I just wanted the house to know that you are around. Yes, sit.
So, Right Honorable Speaker, we would want to join you as the presiding officer to support you to use all the mechanisms within the rules of procedure to compel our colleagues to come back to the house. You can invoke even certain provisions, because the truth is they left this house on their own. Now they want to be aided by ourselves to bring them back. That we first explained here. We are going to politely decline, Right Honorable Speaker. There is time for everything. Even under the law, there's what we call the Limitations Act. Everything has a limit. For how long are they going to stretch us? Everything has a limit. And I beg to submit.
Thank you, Honorable.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Isaac Otim Giupadire County. I take this opportunity to congratulate you for the good blessings and also to wish you a happy birthday. I understand it is, I saw it somewhere on the platform. How happy birthday, please, Madam.
Thank you so much. And I also want to wish a happy birthday to Honorable Achayo Honorable Caroline, and my big sister, the Right Honorable Speaker of Tanzania, Dr. Tulia. Thank you.
Thank you very much. May you live to blow as many candles as possible. Right Honorable Speaker, I thank you very much for the stand you have taken against this matter. It is sad that for the last month, our colleagues have actually tried to turn the name of this parliament and drag it into the muds. We cannot allow this place to turn into a theater. Parliament is a place of serious business, Madam Speaker. And they have been trying to drag us all into the muds. And I'm happy that you've taken a stand on this matter. And I actually thank the government chief whip for a very strong statement that he has made on this matter. And it is true, Madam Speaker, we are behind you to take any possible procedural matter in order to make sure that our colleagues are compelled to come back in the House. And yesterday you made a very strong statement. We cannot have our colleagues who have abandoned us here, who have actually left Parliament, to choose and pick the areas of Parliament that they benefit from to continue participating. That cannot be happening. They want to continue traveling abroad. They want to continue attending committees. They want also to go for the East African Games. That we beg, Madam Speaker, that you stand by your ground on that, and we're behind you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Honorable Gwang, Honorable Gwalu, and then my brother of FDC.
Madam Speaker, on behalf of my family, I want to begin by saying happy birthday to you and to our twins. I congratulate you. And to the people of Bukedia. Madam Speaker and honorable members, I am happy that the government chief whip has spoken firmly here. But I want to remind you, some of us who have joined Parliament. When I joined Parliament, the 9th Parliament, I found a strong foundation by the Oboas then. As of now, I don't know whether we interest ourselves to listen to the population, what they talk about this institution called Parliament. It is true today in this Parliament, we have the nearest big building near us here, which has almost reached Parliament. And Madam Speaker, forgive me to mention this, that with due respect, if you don't stand firm, it's like this institution is becoming a national theater. Why am I saying this, Madam Speaker? We used to admire legislators when we were young people. We used to admire debate of this institution. And it's the reason I endeavor to be here, irrespective from where I come from. But fundamentally today, are we really doing what the people of Uganda sent us to do here?
Honorable Minister, we are doing.
Madam Speaker, there's a reason I'm bringing this. I want just you to give me 1 minute. First, we all want to accept that there is activism at play. And we cannot stop activism at play. I want to implore us that, for me, I'm happy that they are not in the House. And it is important that we continue with our business. Because now we are dealing with the reason why they sent us to Parliament. With due respect, Madam Speaker, they are looking for a scapegoat to return. And I want to appeal to you. Let them stay out. We are losing nothing and we lose nothing. We will continue to transact business on behalf of this country.
Thank you, Honorable.
Colleagues, I want to say this. You were voted to be here by your own people, including those who are out there. And I want to call upon their constituents. If you want to solve a problem, can you solve it when you're out there? Come here and solve a problem here. But now you have chosen to be out. I want to implore my brother, Honorable Mpuuga. I have a lot of respect for you. I do not know where you've got that activism from. You are a diplomat. If it is a pressure, please live to who you are. I thank you.
Honorable members, we all need to be in the House. If our colleagues can be able to come back to the House, the same way they left, let them come back. This House belongs to them. The House belongs to them. Nobody chased them. And when they come back to the house, they will get all that they need. And the team out there is not just fighting for the few people. It's about a bigger population. They are doing a good job, but they must do a good job from inside, because they need support from the whole house. You'll find that the person who was kidnapped may not have been even maybe was a relative to one of these NRMs. So let's not take the thing like it is a party issue.
Right Honorable Speaker, I want to thank you that you held this parliament together just from day one that you started. Right Honorable Speaker, it is the responsibility of this institution to hold the executive accountable. And if we do not hold the executive accountable, who else is going to do that? I see the debate in this parliament degenerating between the opposition and the NRM, which should not be the case. The people who this side says have been killed, have been abducted, are our children, they are our relatives, they are our aunties, they are our friends. Therefore, when we are handling these matters here in parliament, we must be very sensitive to the feelings of all this parliament and the country, not to degenerate between the opposition and then the NRM. Finally, Madam Speaker, I want to request you that the appeal when I heard from the leader of the opposition was that government must commit to bring a comprehensive list here. Madam Speaker, you have the power, and you have been doing that before. You have helped this country to hold the executive accountable, and it is still within your power. I appeal to you, Madam Speaker, as I sit, that you give the government, the executive, another chance to bring a comprehensive list here of the demands raised by the leader of the opposition, so that this matter can be brought to a rest. Because when I hear my friends, when I hear my colleagues say that you compel the opposition to come back to the house, that is not correct. We don't need to compel our colleagues to come to the house. We need to negotiate, dialogue, so that we bring this list together in the house and we discuss it. I thank you.
Honorable Bwalu, for us to hold government accountable, we hold it from the house, not in the boardrooms. Don't degenerate me into going to the corridors. I chair the house, I do not chair the corridors. And members should come they were elected to come to this house.
Most obliged.
Yes, Honorable Kmosho, then Daudi.
Thank you.
I thought Emmanuel.
Thank you.
Hey, Emmanuel, UPC, I mean the FDC.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. The other day when my woman member of parliament, Honorable Jane
Pachuto,
Avur, when she spoke on behalf of the Jonam people, the Pakwach people, I couldn't say anymore. I only want to add that a happy birthday after giving birth is double sweetness. Right Honorable Speaker, I have learned something today, which I don't know if I should continue to hold it that way. That when people walk out of parliament and they stay away from parliament, then it can be termed as political activism. I have learned it from here. And I'm saying this because you remember in FDC, we used to have activism. I was in the group of Muntu that cherished building the party from the grassroots, not talking too much about activism, claiming our win, which we have not claimed up to now. So whatever people want to describe what has happened, I leave it there. And secondly, Madam Speaker, I know you have made some pronouncements, and I want to go and support my son-in-law, Minister Ogwang. Why should we continue to talk about it? Why don't we just
continue with what we have to do. Because
Thank you. When an elder says, you move on. Next item.
Kijja kubookya tebannaba omuliro baguwulira. Mathias Mpuuga yongeza akaliro eno kabacomeka Museveni abatadde ku pressure ayagala kulaba nga Palamenti ewera kuba byonna ebigenda mu maaso ebiyisibwa nga temulimu akimanyi nti nno bifu bwefufululu. Kaakati nno Sipiika bamukozesa. Olabye omusajja oyo ayogedde amazima. N'agamba kye tulina okukola ekyafulumya Mathias Mpuuga ku gavumenti ereeta okunnyonnyola ku bantu be yawamba bali luddawa era baliwa. Nti alipoota bw'eneereetebwa bajja kukomawo. Kati Sipiika akambuwadde bukambuwazi mbu sijja kukolagana gavumenti oba na Mpuuga mu nkuubo. Tebagambye nti basange mu nkuubo. Gamba gavumenti ereeta okunyonnyola kwayo mu Palamenti. Mathias Mpuuga omutegeeze nti nno baleeta ajja kukomawo ne banne bajja kukomawo. Era kye yakugamba naye lwakuba Sipiika kati ali ku pisto okuva wa Museveni mugaka mugamba kino kyenjagala okomyewo ku mpaka balowooza bajja kikola. Sisuubira nno mugenda kuba successful. Nsuubira kigenda kwongera okubamenyaamenya. Mwandowooza nti gavumenti yammwe mwongera kugizimba ku bwannakyemalira ku kulaga eryanyi nenze ngamba ku luno nno mwakutte wakya Kyagulanyi abasinga omuzannyo guno yagusoma nnyo era n'akuba ggoolo ne mweteeba. Mathias Mpuuga yagamba nti abawadde omugwa gwa nylon mwetuge. Kati muli mu kwetuga munaatera okukutuka. Ffe katubalinde mukole byonna bye mukola ne ensi ebalaba ate ensi etegeera. Bye biri mu Palamenti byonna tujja kuba tubibaleetera mu birabe. Nenno Sipiika ayagala bakomewo n'ate bw'atiisateesa. Munnyambe mukomewo banne mukomewo ate bw'atiisateesa. Alinamu akaka ak'obuntu ate alinamu ne komandi ya General Kaguta Museveni emuli mu mugongo kyova olaba ayogera byayogera. Naye bino byonna bijja kuggwa ku buyinza bwa Mukama ate biriwo lwa nsonga kuba abantu abawambibwa bannayuganda ate balonzi. Naye nolabamu ebiwumbatuutu ebibaka bya Palamenti ebitalina bwongo bulungi nga biwoza mbu nno ensonga ze balina ebweru tezirina makulu nga bawamba abaana b'abandi kebaliwamba abaana bo kebaliwamba abantu bo lw'olimanya nti nno ensonga ze baliko zaalimu amakulu. Kuba ne mubawambe bennyini be tuli mu kunoonya mulimu aba NRM. Mathias Mpuuga nsimbadde akola obutambi nga mubalaba agendako mubendeyo n'asanga aba NRM nabo nga babawamba baabula. Waliwo basanga Nansana ba NRM babawamba baabula tebamanyikiddwako mayitire. Kati bano balowooza mbu nno bo bali protected tebamanyi mbu nno ne jjajja Ichuli yali wa NRM bankuba amasasi baamutta. Tebakimanyi ne Katumba Wamala wa NRM walawe bankuba amasasi baamutta. Tebakimanyi nti ne Andrew Felix Kaweesi yali wa NRM bankuba amasasi baamutta. Kati bo balowooza bali immune ku nkola ya General Museveni bw'aba alina by'ayagala. Ffe katubalinde tubatemera enteekateeka ey'okugobawo effugabbi mu Uganda, ey'okugobawo ekiwamba abantu mu Uganda mu biyita by'amannyo eno byakusaaga. Katubalinde omugwa gugwo mwetuge. Mathias Mpuuga nsamba bage mujja kwetuga kati muli mu kwetuga. Mbaagala nnyo Omukama Katonda abankuumire tujja kuba tuddamu tubyogera ebigambo bataayi mweraba.